Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of 14.71 Racing Network. Today, we're going to be doing it live. We are playing a little bit of Real Flight Evolution. Never done that on the channel before. I've put a fair amount of hours into this game, probably, 15, 18, something like that. I really enjoy this game. It's good training for flying. I am going to be doing... excuse me. I'm going to be doing some air race challenges today. I kind of suck at these, I'll be entirely honest. But we're going to go ahead and struggle through it. We're starting back at level 1 so you guys can enjoy everything with me. And with that being said, I've got some stuff to talk about today with regards to the Toyota Tundra that is down. And what else we got to talk about today? Our plans for the spring, the next few months, what we're going to be doing, what we've got to get ready to go racing, and yeah, basically what our plans are. That being said, let's jump into the game, and I'll yammer on while you guys watch me destroy some virtual planes. Let's jump into it. Just turn my controller on. It's a good start. Never forget that, kids. Do that before you start the game. Yeah, you're going to want to go ahead and exit right to the main menu. I like to check. Could not load. Interesting. Ooh. Sorry, let me struggle through the menu here. We seem to have control, including of our rockets. This isn't the, what you're going to want to do is keep both of the wings on the plane. But let's get back to our challenge, shall we? Okay, start back at level 1, and now we should have actual control of the plane. Look at that, we flew through the gate with 95% accuracy. Okay, not too bad. Sorry I'm getting focused, I just haven't played this game in a while either. So if you're tuning in to hear about the Tundra, we will talk about that now. So, basically, what's going on is I need to find a donor vehicle, and I need to take the frame off the donor vehicle and put it underneath of my truck, which sounds pretty simple, except that first part, which finding a donor vehicle has... I completely missed the gate. Look at that. Finding a donor vehicle has proven to be rather difficult. Funny story about that, I had one lined up. I had parking lined up for it in the States so I could get it through customs and have somewhere to store it while I did that. I had a trailer lined up to move it. I was ready to go. Messaged the guy the day before I go to pick it up, and what do you know, he sold it. Well, actually, shouldn't say he sold it. The guy he was selling it for, that he didn't tell me he was selling it for, sold it, and that left me without the opportunity to be able to buy it. So, with that being said, we did not complete that mission, and we are still on the lookout for 52 out of 100. That's rough. We're still on the lookout for another truck. If anyone happens to know where there is a clean 2002 or first gen Toyota Tundra, limited or access cab basically, go ahead and hit me up. I need one bad, with a clean frame. That's pretty much all I need. Everything else off of my truck should work, and anything that doesn't work I can buy new. The only thing I can't buy new is the frame. So if you happen to find one, let me know. Hit me up at the email on the YouTube. let's jump into level 3. Level 2 took me 7 times as long as it should have because I was talking. That's probably going to be a trend through this. And you're probably going to see a lot of planes get broken. So that's where we're going with this day. Oh, I thought I totally made that gate. Definitely didn't make it that time. Let's fly down the runway and come back. Don't stall it, don't stall it. We have completely shut the throttle off. What I will actually do after I complete this particular mission is throw up the controller for you guys. I can show you guys my control movements so you guys can make fun of me for absolutely not knowing what I'm doing. I've really found slowing the plane down tends to help, but I'm also not good at that, as I tend to stall it when I do that. Where's that third gate? Oh, it's right in the middle of the field. So yeah, if you guys have never played Real Flight before, absolutely try it out. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, but it's an awesome game. I mean, obviously I'm not affiliated with them in any way. Now let's see if we can fly her back through the gate. Keep turning. Oh, you're gonna crash it. You're gonna crash it. Nope, we kept it up. Like those mushy rudder turns where you are afraid to use the ailerons for fear of just rolling her into the ground. That gate it's tricky. I think they made it smaller. Just keeps getting smaller every time I go by it. Then let's just stuff her in there. We'll get her in there. We'll get her in there. We'll get her in there. Look at that. We did it. 45 out of 100. We're getting worse. Which, hey. I've done better. I've done much better. Okay, what else have we got to talk about today? The timeline on the Tundra. It's kind of up in the air right now, depending on how long it takes me to get a frame. I'm really hoping that within, let's say, 2 years, I can get the entire truck done. I know that's a pretty long timeline. Now, obviously, budget is extremely limited, and that'll definitely be a limiting factor for the timeline, but I also want to make sure we keep the content up for you guys and keep it interesting. That being said, I also don't want to overwhelm you guys with just Tundra content when we can be doing so much more. We have lots of toys, we can take them out and share them with you guys because it makes it way more fun to do that. If you hear someone moving around behind me, that is my co-star Blaze. He has decided to take a nap on the floor instead of flying with me, which is typical of him, but that is kind of his main job. Let's see if we can rudder it in there. Oh, look at that, we can, but we can't keep the wing on. So yeah, I'm not a flight instructor, I'm not a professional RC pilot by any means, but you definitely want to keep the wings on it. They tend to fly better with the wings on. And that time we did it very squirrely, but we did it. And really that's all we can ask for. So yeah, if you were tuning in for any tips or tricks on how to fly RC properly, tune out now. I'm not the channel. I ain't the guy. I'm just a guy trying to get a plane between two green little cones. That's all I am. also a guy that's crashing a plane because he doesn't know up from down. That was a sick pass there, no? Sorry if I'm talking too much. I tend to talk when I'm on the sticks by myself. So that has definitely transferred over to the stream. Completed that. We got better this time. With failure comes success. And I think I'm getting my stick thumbs back. Sorry, I promised you guys I'd put up the controls, and I got all excited and jumped right into the next one and forgot to do that. There is a hotkey for it, but if you think I can remember it, you are definitely overestimating my abilities to remember things. I'll also, excuse me, I will also open the stream chat, because I've not done that yet. Betweenst the cones, my plane. I went all the way around the cone. That should count for something. Bring it around, nice and gentle, straight through the cones. Don't climb, don't climb. Don't. Yep, that's around the cone again. We'll stuff it in there. Just had to throw a loop there to relieve some stick shakiness. Sorry, not a loop, a roll. What am I talking about? I don't even... This isn't a learning channel, this is a doing channel. She don't run no more. We'll start over on that one. Ooh. I wasn't even paying attention there, sorry. I know there's probably a perfect loop that you can make, but I never make that second gate. I mean, man, I just fought for 5 minutes to make the first gate, so I wouldn't expect to make the second one. Okay. I thought I was actually going to clear that to the left and totally miss it, but what do you know? That is, I believe, what they call in the industry a fatality. Lots of rudder, lots of aileron, but not too much aileron. Lots of rudder. Holy, I actually made that gate in one try. That is the first time I've ever done that. I want you to know that. Made that gate too. Look at that. I am hotshot. I am Top Gun. Technically completed. A fatality can complete the goal as long as you die, as long as you unalive late enough. Well, I believe this is the first time I've ever done this particular one. I guess I could have checked in the last screen. I didn't. Whew, that was luck. 100% luck. I don't know if my flying's getting better or I'm getting luckier. I think I was lucky for a second. What was that? That was nothing. I don't know what that was, but it was nothing. Did it. Is that all? I have to go back through the other gate. Doing figured gates. I'm hilarious. If this YouTube thing doesn't work out, I might become a comedian. See if we can just circle it in. If I pull this off, I'm a genius. We'll come through on the front side of the gate on this pass. We rolled out way too early. We'll come in on the back side of the gate on this pass. Front side of the gate. Well, would you look at that? Let me take a little look at the stream over here. Let me adjust my screen here so I can see the chat. Okay. Let's jump back into it. Yeah, I did jinx that last one, didn't I? Neat! I parked that right on top of that cone. I bet you couldn't do that if you tried. I am master. Top Gun. Ace. Look at that. Bang. Right where it shouldn't have been. No one could have put it where it shouldn't have been any better than I did. If you are interested in RC planes at all, what I found about the RC racing is it really makes you think about that throttle and rudder. I mean, a lot of people, when they start RC, kind of just, I mean, me included, I still do that when I fly real planes, kind of panic, set the throttle at 100% or 50%, whatever you happen to set it to, and it kind of gets forgotten about. In the racing, it kind of forces you to want to slow the plane down a little, and then turn it, and maybe you want to speed it up to not absolutely smash it into the ground. So that kind of teaches you plane control when it gets a little hectic. And the nice thing about simulators, crash it into the ground, hit the space bar, start over. Wow, I wasn't headed in the direction I thought I was at all. The orientation can get a little wonky playing on the sim, but I'm also not a big video game player, so that's probably where a lot of my issue comes from. We'll just crank it in there. I think it'll still... she won't run. We're going backwards now. Very maneuverable plane on the ground. Let's add some extra challenge because we've been doing so well. Let's try and do the course inverted. What you want to remember about inverted flight is your rudder's backwards. Everything else, your elevator is also backwards. Down is up is down. Right is left on the rudder, left is right. But what is the same is your roll. And always remember, if you're upside down and things get hairy, get yourself pointed at the ground, roll out, don't pull out. And what I mean by that is do an aileron roll, get her back upright, because if you try to pull out of it, you will smash yourself into the ground. And I know I said this wasn't a learning channel, but this is what I've learned from doing. I'm just flying around at this point. I'm not even trying to get through the goal. Not that I'm not trying to get through the goal, it just probably doesn't appear as though I'm trying to get through the goal. That was a dope crab, but not what we needed. Get through the gate, through the gate, through the gate. Oh, too hard into the ground, Molly. See, in almost every one of these crashes, if they put the ground just a few feet lower, I think I would have had it. Let's get pointed this way before we get pointed this way to give ourselves a little extra room. And let's go back through this one. Whew. Took the wing off again. These things do not fly well with one wing. They really should work on that design. But I mean, it is an old plane. Maybe they've gotten better with the new ones at flying with one wing. It's really a safety concern if you think about it. What happened? I missed the gate. And then I did everything wrong. Throttle helps. Throttle helps a lot. Cool, we did a loop right where no one could see it. You can, in fact, taxi through the gates. I have done that. If you watch some of the ghosts of the first ones, like of my last play, it'll show me rolling through the gates on the ground and absolutely cheating. Why can I not get this gate? Wow. Okay, that was something that just happened there. I'm not sure if it was a good thing or a bad thing. Might have been a good bad thing or a bad good thing. We're still flying though, so if it's not a check ride, does it really count? I do have a list of topics that I'd like to talk to you all about, but I've just become completely entranced with playing this game. It is a fun game. See if we can make a clean loop over to the other gate. Like I'm pretty sure it's intended to. We can't. So let's come through the back of the gate. We're going to do it slow and gentle. Bring it back that way. And I believe we completed that level. 41 out of 100. That's better than every other try I've done on it. So yeah, if you guys are liking the stream, let me know in the comments. If you want me to do more streams in the future, also let me know that in the comments. I do have a video to go along with this stream about the Tundra that's going to be coming out. Completely forgot part of the reason that I started this stream. is actually because I had a drive on my computer completely fail for a short period of time, and it took a bunch of footage with it. Unfortunately, the footage of the last video included. I have restored the drive. We are back in working order, but it's going to be another couple days before it comes out, probably. If you guys are lucky, tomorrow, probably Monday. I'd bet on Monday. So that's what we got going on with that. Computer problems are always wonderful, but I'm glad I worked through them. We got it figured out, and we're back editing. Gonna be back at it. What else have I got? That should be good for right now. Let's just jump back into the game. I've got some surprises for you guys later, but we'll talk about that later. Let's do some more plain stuff. This isn't the gate I'm supposed to be going for. See, if I look up in the top right, it actually shows me the gate. Wow. That was a very hard nose first landing. So now we're looking at the back right corner. So I'm going to go ahead and swing real wide this way. And we're going to turn her in and try and get low so we don't come in way over the gate, and we'll actually get her a little bit slower too. And right over the gate. Perfect. Once again, I don't think I could have put it where it shouldn't be any more precisely. So we'll do the old fly away from the gate and turn around and fly towards the gate. Look at that. We made it this time. See if we can make that back one in one go. We didn't. We didn't crash it though. That's impressive. Let's make a big sweeping turn and bring it back up into the back of the gate. Wow. I almost regained control of that and then absolutely stuffed her into the ground. Did it again. We'll just restart on that one. That was a mess, and then really cool, and then a mess again. Try a more direct approach to that back right one. Missed it. Didn't miss it. Impressive. Sorry, I got quiet. Had to do some focusing. I don't know why I had to focus most when I was flying straight and level, but maybe I was flying straight and level because I was focusing. I'm sure there's people out here that have done like absolutely perfect runs of these, and they look super cool and all like super like one swoop all the way through the gate. Yeah. Not me. We just out here flying right over top of the gates. That's what you're always going to want to do. So that way you never get the point. Maybe if we make a wider sweep, I'll miss it by a wider margin. Into the gate, into the gate, into the gate, into the gate, into the gate. Wow. If I had just pushed down elevator there, I think I could have saved it. But unfortunately, I panicked, pulled up elevator, and ran it right into the ground. Sorry, I just got super focused again. But I'm doing well, so there must be something to that. And right over the gate again. Good. It's nice to see that you're back. Yeah, so for surprises that I have for you guys, one of them, and this will be the first time that I'm saying this publicly, so you guys get to be the first, is that I plan on doing a race this summer. We're going to be doing a lawnmower race. It's going to happen hopefully late August, early September, if I have my way. We aren't 100% on the dates yet, and we don't have everything 100% set up for the race yet. I've got to get insurance figured out and get some licensing, or I shouldn't say licensing, get some permit issues figured out, and other than that, we should be a go for the race. It'll happen at the home track, the Western Ontario Outlaw track in Petrolia. And if I get my way, it'll also be a cash days race. So if you guys have a lawnmower and it fits our specs and you think that you can beat us, you may want to bring it out for that day, because that'll be the day to possibly make a little bit of cash with it. And again, obviously everything's not 100% locked in for the race, but we are working on getting all that done. Also, if anyone is interested in sponsoring such a race for a cash prize, 100% of sponsor money will be going to the racers, or at least going to the racers and making the race happen. I shouldn't say that because obviously people will sponsor the race specifically, but for people sponsoring the prize pots, 100% of that will go to the drivers. 100% of driver entry fee will also go to the drivers. These are all things that I just believe that every race event really should be doing. The drivers are really what makes a show, so they should get the biggest piece of the pie. Also, if you have any vendor services that you think would be interesting to have at a race like that, I am definitely open to things like that. Gonna try and have food and possibly even a liquor tent, if we can make that happen, on site. So you guys can have your adult beverages, and you can also have some food and refreshments, and hopefully see some sick racing. I think guys will race a little bit harder if there's some cash, and we're gonna have a sick safety crew too, so the hard racing will be safe racing. We're also going to have strict tech, so if you do plan on bringing a mower, definitely check out the rules and make sure you follow all the rules, because you just simply will not make it on the track if the mower doesn't pass tech. And I know it sucks when your mower doesn't pass tech, but it really at the end of the day is for safety, and I do believe that tech is the front line of safety in racing. Because it's the things that get forgotten about in tech that tend to come around and bite a driver later on in the season. And things that are long forgotten about too, so that's what makes them so dangerous. Oh, they put one in the center now. Isn't that tricky? How are we going to attack that? Let's attack it this way. Yes, yes, yes. Wow. That is absolutely shocking. So if you've watched this far in the stream, you've heard me talk about my truck, you've heard me talk about racing and all that, and you're probably wondering, how's he plan on doing all this? Isn't this all very expensive? Well, yes it is. So basically my plan for that is to get rich and famous. No, kidding. I do have a budget set up to make the race happen this year. I am looking for race sponsors as well. I'm definitely working on that. Again, if you know anyone that's interested in sponsoring a race mower, it's definitely something different, something interesting. People might kind of find that interesting if your name's on a race mower. But other than that, obviously a sponsor would be a big help. But you're probably wondering, how can I help with this? And even if you're not, whatever, I'll tell you. For right now, all I need you to do to help me is, wow, I failed just because I took too long talking. All I need you to do, excuse me. All I need you to do to help me is to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button when you like a video, hit the share button. Really all the basic YouTuber things. I know that you're probably sick of hearing all your favorite YouTubers say that all the time, but it helps more than you could ever possibly know. I have 52 subscribers right now, which is absolutely wild. I can't believe there's 52 of you that are watching me all the time and decided to hit that subscribe button. But thank you for doing so. If I can get more of you on board, I can definitely do more things. I can make the Tundra happen even quicker. We can do more racing in more places. And this absolutely isn't me trying to guilt trip anyone into subscribing. It's just that if you like this type of content and you want to stick around and watch it and you want to see more of it and see it escalate, that is absolutely the best way to help me right now. And then moving forward, if you like the content and you like what I'm doing with it, then you may want to buy some merch. I don't have merch available right now, but I do, however, plan on getting merch going in the near future. I'm going to keep it as affordable as possible without being cheap junk. And it'll be very basic to start with. It'll probably start with hats, because as you know, I'm a hat wearer, so I'd love to have my own hats to wear. And I'd love for you guys to be able to wear them as well. It'd be nice if the mini-map showed the plane, because half the time I have no idea what I'm doing. Sorry. Yeah, I'll probably start with hats. And then I'll probably move to stickers and magnets. And then eventually t-shirts and maybe even hoodies eventually. We need to fly a little faster. But for the beginning, it'll definitely be hats first. So if you guys like hats, I'll probably come out with a toque and a ball cap at the same time. You can pick yourselves up one of those once I get them out, and that's also going to be a massive help to the channel. every once in a while, you just gotta go around. That was cool. That was real cool. I'm not even sure if I did that on purpose or if my thumbs just did that on their own. Just a whole bunch of control inputs that ended up in me going through the gate. Ooh. I was wondering if I could just spiral it through the gate at some point. Doing swooping. We are doing swooping. We done did swooping. Swooping was... Whoo! What happened there? I thought my engine done blowed up. Dang whole thing went boom, man. That would have been really cool if I went through the gate the right way. So whoop. This should give us a better angle on that one. It didn't, but it should have. Yeah, I'm well behind it, sir. Starting to almost do things on purpose. Okay, I count it. I count it. That was probably in there. Wow. Just moved away from it. Oh, I thought I was in front of it. Now let's see if we can get it in that last gate before we run out of time. I don't think we're going to do it. Not if we crash the plane. But we didn't crash because it still runs and still flies. If it still runs and flies, you didn't crash it. That time we crashed it though. Wow. Yeah, if it was a bird, I could flap. I mean, I've made the wings flap a couple times, but they're really not supposed to. Wow. Once again, that would have been really cool if it went where I wanted it to. But the difference between cool and your plane being absolutely destroyed is way smaller than you would think. I don't know why I always give it that big left input there. Smoke scares me or something. Wow. Yeah, we got lots coming up. Hoping to not overwhelm myself too much. But we're gonna try and keep it all going, keep new stuff coming, keep everyone interested, and the merch will let everyone show their love when they're not able to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. And it's always cool for fans to be able to come out to a live event. I will say if the race goes, there's going to be somewhat limited seating for patrons, so definitely going to want to jump on the tickets quick if they do come up. Wow. Yeah, that'll be at the Western Ontario Outlaws home track in Petrolia. It will be done in conjunction with Western Ontario Outlaws. They have been gracious enough to give me their time to hopefully get a race going. And I think it'll be good for both the club and the channel. Get people from both worlds out and get everyone mingling together. Might get some new racers. Who knows? People might try it that day and get absolutely addicted, kind of like I did the first time I ever tried lawnmower racing. The funny thing is, I was on what now seems like a very, very slow machine, and I thought I was Dale Earnhardt Jr. out there. Thought I was absolutely sending it. And I didn't even know what sending it was at that time. Until you've stepped on a Pro Mod or an Outlaw, you really haven't felt sending it. Also hoping to do a sponsors race. So if you are looking to race and you don't have a machine and you have a business that you want to promote, maybe consider becoming a sponsor. I'm hoping I can get maybe between 5 and 10 machines out for a sponsors race, so I can get any sponsors that want to out there to race each other. And that would also give my sponsors a good opportunity to meet the people that would be buying their products. I mean, it brings them out to the race, gives them and their family something to do for the night, and lets them meet the people that, like I said, will be buying their products, their customers directly. And it lets them see the race program directly. I mean, as a sponsor, you put a certain amount of money out. You want to know what's going on with it. So what better way to know what's going on with it than to be there and race yourself? Obviously not mandatory if you're thinking about sponsoring and have no interest in racing. I'll give it to this course. It's a hard course. It's making me focus, pulling me away from the stream. Wow. See, that's the wing flaps. It just doesn't unflap. Why do I keep thinking that's the gate that I need? Because I wanted to get that angle, that's what it was. That wasn't... Okay. Okay. Just, that's all I'll say about that. It's okay. Another mile to the right and we would have made it. I don't know why I keep thinking there's a turn in there. We're still flying. We're still flying. I thought we killed the engine on that one. These gas engines can't take crashes. You smash them into the ground once and they just give up on you. Really don't know what their problem is. We're gonna make it. We didn't make it. Damn. Nope. Wow. She still flies. She did. She did still fly. Sorry, I was playing with my settings there. Look at that, we made that gate perfectly. Absolutely flying. If you guys didn't see me flying, you were missing it. Okay, what else have we got to talk about? We announced the race. We announced possible merch this summer. Oh yeah, I guess the plans for the next few months. We won't have a crazy amount going on because obviously it's Canada and the weather just has not been cooperating with us lately. So we definitely won't be getting too early of a start to the racing season. But I am currently just doing some physical training to get ready for flying because don't forget there will be flying on this channel. I've actually got a video coming out of a little bit of a mishap that I had while I was flying. Completely my fault. That'll be coming out very soon as well. Coming up probably next week. I'd say that one's going to come out. So yeah, in the next few months, we're basically going to be tearing old number 69 back apart. We're going to be having the engine looked over to make sure it's pretty good. Or make sure it's good to go. It should be pretty good. It's got very low hours on it, really, for what those mowers usually see. I obviously didn't race as much as I was supposed to last season, so it didn't see as many hours as it would have otherwise. Sorry, while I talk, I'm just going to go ahead and jump into a free play so I can fly around while I jabber on to you guys. I gotta say, my two favorite maps are either Aircraft Carrier or Boneyard. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into Boneyard today. Aircraft, you know that we're gonna come down and get that Super Sportster. Little known fact, I actually have a Super Sportster. Did I get off track? Yeah, I probably got a little off track, didn't I? Okay, so plans for next season. Yeah, we're going to be tearing number 69 apart. Having the motor looked at, I'm going to look over the chassis because they tend to pick up cracks and breaks in the frame just over a season of abuse. Yeah, engine at the engine builder. It needs a new clutch. I'm really hoping to put a bully style clutch on it. One with actual discs in it instead of shoes. That is a massive expense that I would definitely need a sponsor to do something like that. It's definitely going to improve the racing ability of the mower if I do that. If we can't do that, we're going to throw another NORAM Star style clutch on it and pray that it lasts the season and we don't have to throw another NORAM Star style clutch on it. It's done us pretty well. Like, really, that clutch probably should have been replaced before I started racing it. And I've got 2 seasons of abuse on it. And it's done not too bad. So, yeah, I'm also going to be in the market for new tires for it at some point. Probably not for the beginning of the season, but hopefully midway through the season, and that'll actually give us an actual comparison. Because the computer on it will show us lateral grip. So if I go ahead and put new tires on it, I can compare the lateral grip from earlier in the season to later in the season, and we'll see how much they make a difference. I know that tires can make an absolutely massive difference, so hopefully we'll see lots of gains, and we'll go fast. Other than that, the mower really doesn't need much. I was starting to get it figured out at the end of the season. Wow, that plane needs a lot. That plane, that's a plane fatality. So as I was saying, the mower really shouldn't need much. This plane stalls hard. The mower really shouldn't need much, and sorry, I keep repeating myself. I'm just trying to get myself back on my proper train of thought. Otherwise, we should be pretty good to go for the season. We had our club meeting, and everything is worked out rules-wise with the season or with the club. There wasn't any big changes to my class, so I didn't have to make any changes to my mower or anything I'm doing, really. We've been pretty good. We haven't gotten our wrist slapped by the club yet for our class. We tend to keep it pretty clean. This plane's a tricky one to land because it's so fast. This plane's so slippery. Just wants to land at like 100 mile an hour. It can go slow. You just have to really be brave and pull that nose up. But yeah, really looking forward to the race season, really looking forward to the flying season. As I said, I'm doing lots of exercises to get ready for that. I, as you guys know, hurt both my knees last summer, and I'm still paying for it now, but we are really to the point where I'm ready to go back flying. I'm just waiting for the weather. But, yeah. While we wait for the weather for both RC and paragliding, I'm pretty much doing this. And I may as well share it with you guys. But I do believe that covers about everything that I wanted to cover in this stream. I'm sure there will be lots that I remember right after I turn the stream off. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Doing some super technical flying here so you guys can see some awesome stuff before you go, including me almost smashing it into the ground. And then we'll just bring it in for a normal landing. We're going to circle kind of right over top of my head. bleed off some speed. You want to get it down to probably, honestly, about 35, 40 mile an hour. I forget what this one actually stalls at. And with that absolute butter landing, I'm going to go ahead and call it there. I don't think I can do that twice for you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and stop there. It's been a good stream. I've had fun. I'm sorry that I got a little bit distracted in focusing on the game itself, not talking to you guys. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I really do recommend you go out and try this game out. It was pretty cheap. If I remember, it was like 40, 50 bucks, something like that. You have it for life. I got it off of Steam. Planes for it are pretty cheap. Few dollars a piece if you want to buy some more. Plus it comes with as many as I've ever needed. I haven't bought any planes myself, but I have looked at some that are kind of cool. It's got some drones in it, if that's your sort of thing. It's got some helicopters, if that's your sort of thing. And you can crash them an infinite number of times, and it doesn't cost you thousands and thousands of dollars if you want to do it in real life. So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. As I said earlier, it really means the world to me. Helps out more than you guys could know. Hit that like button if you like the stream. Keep an eye out for the next video that's coming out. Like I said, that'll be about the Tundra as well. The video after that will be a paragliding video, and then we're jumping right back into mower content. So that's what I have planned. I will see you guys later. Let me find the button I'm looking for. And that's 14.7 to 1 Racing Network, signing off.